Hello everybody, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from Western Kentucky, and we're continuing our playthrough of Total War 3 Kingdoms with the 8 Princes DLC, playing as Sima. And I want to thank everybody for their patience as I've made the transition to 4K recording and uploading to YouTube and getting used to all the different time frames that I'm working with now. Things take a little longer to make in as far as editing and rendering the movie and then uploading to YouTube. So please take note of my release times. They will be changing slightly to a little later in the day because 8 a.m. is just a little too early with the extra rendering and uploading time that YouTube takes to process these videos. So I'm probably going to be switching that to like a 1 p.m. kind of release time. I'll go back to holding on to the same 2 days at this time with my work schedule. So we'll be looking at Wednesday at 1 p.m. and Saturday at 1 p.m. for releases going forward, at least for the near future. Now back to the game. We're looking at Sima. We just took over Heppu, the small city. And if I recall, we never really looked at much. We said, well, okay, we'll look at the details when we come back and we have some time to look around. And one of the first things we need to do is we're taking a hit to our noble support, and a big part of that is devastation. So why don't we go ahead and repair these buildings? I think looking at these buildings, there's some good Reformation buildings down here. I think we're going to go ahead and repair these buildings. Most of them seem okay for our needs, and that'll help get rid of that devastation penalty once those are repaired. And then as soon as we're able to, we got to get north and kick Gu Shangzhou out. Well, I'm assuming she's going to take over the trade port at Yulin, so we're going to have to kick her right back out and take that back, and then see if we can't finish the deal by taking the Yulin spice market. So that's ahead of us up north also. Occupation, Heppu, small city, we just took that over. That is correct. And fashion developments, her new home is the Yulin spice market. Although it may change to the trade port after next turn. We'll see how aggressive she is on this siege. Some other little things. Why don't we look at, we've got an open administrator position now. And so we got to look at doing some hiring here. Shikinshan, what have we got working for you? Decreases ambition to gain independence as an administrator. I kind of like that. -2 satisfaction for the army. +2 noble. That's only as. So some of these are not hideous. And I do like tenacity of steel if I get using her as a general. So Shikinshan, I don't know. I think you might be a nice little pickup. I don't believe we were looking. And one thing I got to do is not hire anyone else from the Jin Empire. Boy, was that embarrassing last episode. Forgetting what I told myself the episode prior about hiring that guy. But he turned right around and did the spy number on me. So that was pretty crazy. So I'm a little gun shy now, maybe keeping track of who their former employers were. And Sima Lanshu doesn't seem like a threatening former employer to me. Nothing close by, nothing we've had relations with. So I'm kind of leaning, just glancing at a few of these, that I think Shikin-san is the one we're going to recruit to help. And hopefully she has some abilities for that administrator position, even though she doesn't. Oh, I like that right off the bat. Look at that. -22% of construction costs. I can use that. And then if we gain the spice market down here, +40% income from commerce, silk, and spice. So I think she sounds like a nice little pickup down here and a nice fit as an administrator. We can always use her in an army in the future with that nice little trait that I like, tenacity of steel. So we'll go ahead and make that move. Well, if I can click on the right people, there we go. Let's confirm that. And now I also will not look like a fool. I remember that we have the commanderies to choose from for Shikin-san over here, and I think we'll start out. Where do we want to? Kangwoo is more of a farming. Heppu, when we get it, will probably be more that kind of a commandery once we consolidate it. That I think her benefits to commerce are going to pay off more. So I think we'll put her in Heppu. I think I'm making the right, looking at this the right way. That's where I want her to be utilizing those pluses from. So we'll confirm that, and we are set for the moment. Now we got to reform. There's all sorts of little housekeeping items we got to do. Well, now that we've got the government annals, that's why we have that extra administrator position. But I was thinking I was going to have to use my discovered spy who stabbed me in the back there by in that position. But instead, I had to hire somebody else. So oh well. But we'll move on to the one I should have picked probably right from the start, and that's market regulations to help 10% income from commerce. As soon as we do, and an extra trade agreement, as soon as we do that, I think we're in good enough position to start focusing some more. There's a couple interesting military reforms that we'll want to move towards next after this, I believe. And finally, do we have any other kind of housekeeping? What do we need to build, or what can I build? When we had, since we know we have, as a little refresher, the Jin Empire is kind of heading back down in this direction, and he did seem to have some interest down here in the Kangwoo rice paddy earlier. So maybe, just maybe, we can work on improving it. Not that I need a ton of food yet at this point, but I am growing a city over here, so that'll use some food. And this isn't the step that gets me the bigger garrison. It'll be the step after this. So hopefully I have the reforms to be able to build that next step after this. But this is the one I think I will go with. Do I want to keep flex? Do I want to go with it now or hold on in case I need to build some armies coming up? Our income's at 848. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. And that should be our turn. I can't think of any other little housekeeping issues that I need to look at here. So we got a couple things to keep track of. The Jin army up north. Where is he going to move? At some point, I probably want to take a peek once more at Changsha Trade Port to see if that garrison is still in there. I'm assuming it is, but heck, if he ever leaves that city wide open, I want to know about it so we can take some action. So here we go. Let's see what the next turn brings us. Well, he's moving kind of in the direction I anticipated. And she's moving quick. She's not wasting any time. Looks like they're predicting a decisive defeat. I don't know. We are outnumbered. No, we are actually outnumbering her. Why don't we just fight this little battle? I think it's going to be potentially close enough, since we at least outnumber, or we don't have a general, but this is a low-level general. Let's just heck fight this out and see if we can do, even if we lose the battles as we're predicted, maybe we can maximize the damage against Gu Shanju. It's the only reason I'm doing this smallest kind of battle usually, is rather than the auto resolve, hoping that I can do better than the computer would. We'll find out. That's not always the case. That's not always reality, exactly what happens. Okay, we got some. Looks like the bulk, she's pretty much bulking up straight ahead. And if she decides to go other than a straight frontal assault, I've got towers, 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 and more towers. So what I seem to be strongest on is archers. And I do have a meager force down here. What does she have? She's got a lot of cavalry. So she's pretty strong on the archer front too. I'm kind of feeling like we need to have our archers near the front and center. How about we do 2 lines of archers? If for some reason the attack doesn't go where and how we think, and we have no way to spread out our forces here. You know, no way to defend against those archer shots on her behalf, but we do have the tower. Our evening force, or our balancing force, is our towers. We have those as the defender. So they, my other swordsmen just guarding the potential alternative entryways that may be chosen by our opponent, are also covered. So let's just start the battle and see what happens. Which way are we choosing to go here? Madam Attacker, you're gonna split your forces, are you? You're gonna split your forces. Is that what you're gonna do? Well, I can do the same thing too. And being the one with the interior movement available, I can do that quicker than you can do that. So I'm not too concerned about it. Now let's wait a little longer till they've committed. They're staying at a distance because they want to stay out of range of my towers. So they're doing the whole split force number. So it looks like they're committed. So let's commit ourselves. And eventually we will commit the last of our swordsmen. So let's just speed this up till some kind of actual feint is made. Okay, the attack is starting. And the slightly stronger forces is over here with the generals. Let's go, towers, let's go. Let's bring the swordsmen back, rush them back until they move closer to get in range of my own archers. Okay, they're moving forward here now. Let's get my swordsmen up and over. Now they've pulled back a little bit, which is just fine as far as my archers are concerned. Now I wanted you back. Come on, listen to me, listen to me. Now what have we got going down here? Bring these swords back. We'll keep the one up front. He's going to get somewhat decimated. We want to go against their melee units. That's what I feel most threatened by. Let's go out and bring it to him while he's spread out. Let's see, let's move against these cavalry that have entered into the domain. We aren't very strong to go against them, are we? We may have failed on this backside. Seem to be holding okay. It's hard to get a good read. The cavalry over here is doing a lot of messed up business against us here. And we won't hold on this side, but we got a little reinforcement coming up here. Let's hope that's enough to help us break through. All of our line has broken down. And she's going to take the city center to lower our morale. Is there any way we can get around him to try flanking more, getting around him, getting a better angle on his toughest unit he's got left? No, you delay these archers over here. Okay, we got the cavalry finally weakening over here. Problem is, we have her in the city center. Oh, but she didn't take it over. She did not take it over. But we have lost the hold on this back front over here. Can our arrows threaten his weakened swordsman over here? Can our two weak swordsmen over here work on these arrows and the archers? And can my swordsmen get back here? They've been running all the heck over the place. Let's see if they can work on their general. Okay, we got some weakening over here on these archers. Come on, we're coming for you, General. Naya Shangting, we are coming for you. With everything we got now, let's get the other forces against the other general. That is my biggest threat that we got going, is the two generals. We're hanging in there better than I thought. Look at that. The two generals and then a weakened little archery unit. Get rid of these archers.
是无胆鼠辈，做好准备，不要留情。弓箭手听命，扑灭敌军。看剑，剑甲不留。
Let's complete the pincer movement. Come on, guys, take her down, take her down. Don't let her just ride right through you like that and flaunt her superiority. Come on, take her down, take her down.
剑士听命，进攻！挺住，尽情厮杀！准备就绪，加快脚步。
I'm fine, just having them ride around in the range of my towers, slowly taking hits. One down, one down, one general to go, one general to go. Oh, some kicks by the horse. Covered in blood, she fights and she decides it's not worth the effort. We have held on to the trade war by the slimmest of margins. Look at that. Oh boy, oh boy. Sometimes it's worth playing these tiny little battles just to get a different result than the auto-resolve. I was not willing to give up my valuable trade port, at least as far as my income is concerned. I need all the income I can get.
每打赢一场，天下就安定一分。
Minor little coin to gain. We captured a character. I'm almost thinking low level, low level, low level. Do I want to hire someone like that on? Can I use her, but just not the right, not quite the right category want. So I'm going to build up some kindness on my behalf by releasing. I don't think she's a big threat as far as generals go. And we will take the ransom to help our meager income. So the turn has finished, and let's see what we're looking at. Sima Y has signed a peace treaty with Sima Ying. Sima Yu signed a peace treaty with Sima Yan. And we have some choices. Charismatic versus solitary. Whilst at dinner, a muffled argument breaks out between two guests. All I did was invite you to dine with us. You know, we actually talk from time to time, says the first. I did politely decline. I just prefer my own company to that of others. I mean no offense, argues the second. They do not notice you observing. So I have the ability, I can actually choose either one or ignore. I can deepen the relationship between Sima Yin or Shikin-san. And she's the newest one. I think Sima Yin is the most important just because Shikin-san has yet to show me what she can bring to the table. So let's go with charismatic. And there we go. We have a new ancillary, the Wuji, adds to instinct and increases military supplies for our own army. Now do we have, it's hard to keep track of who we've given what, who has what, and guess what? We can increase military supplies for Sima IE at the moment. It adds to instinct, so let's take a look. Instinct isn't his main, that's more Bu Jun. But I like the idea of increasing our replenishment right now. So let's, for the time being, our military supplies, as we're on the attack mode, entering into other territories here soon. I think that we'll just hold it with Sima IE at the moment. Bujun, what happened? You get a promotion here, my man? Okay, we gotta take a look at what we want to do with Bujun. He has the ability to increase authority with his 2 whopping choices. And trying to look at further what we might gain from those further promotions. So I think we're going to go with the 1, since he's an administrator at the moment, that'll help with building up upkeep. That's more of commandery oriented as an administrator. So that's how we'll break the tie, and that's the one we'll choose because we'll get the most immediate benefit out of that. We increase the rice paddies in Kangwoo. So let's see the cost in Kangwoo. If we were to increase the rice paddies one more time, we're going to be looking, and it looks like we may need, oh no, it just says insufficient funds, so we would be able to, and that's the step that ups the garrison. That makes it a little harder for the Jin Empire or anybody else just to move in on that particular province. So I'm thinking that's what we'll save for. We haven't seen the Jin Empire pop back out, so maybe he's taken the long way around. I'm assuming he's headed back to the Kangwoo livestock farm to start moving back and continue the thrust they made before. And we broke the enemy siege. So that's awesome, being able to send. In fact, what's the best route to take you on to the north? It looks like this is it. That's the long way around. So let's bring you north. I'm not going to use any fast march, I do not believe, at this time. Let's see, it's autumn. Yeah, we're going to be moving in. So I'm going to focus a regular steady move to get up to the spice market border. It's autumn, and we're going to be going through winter, and then maybe we'll evaluate speeding up a little after that. So let's move north with our guy Sima. And it's now the time I want to take a peek north to the Changsha trade port to see what's brewing up there. I think I'll hold off just a little longer. And this force up here has fully replenished. I have my income up and over. I'm almost thinking I'm going to spend, yes, I want to increase that rice paddy, but in the meantime, let's get us that 1 trebuchet, so when we are ready to move north against the trade port, we have an answer to the towers. An answer to the towers. That looks like that's the turn here. Let's see what the next turn brings us. What are our enemies going to be up to? One we have sight of in full retreat. A nice, surprising full retreat that we managed to keep managed to force, but now I'm worried about where that Jin Empire guy is going to show up. So let's find out. See if we get sight on him. Jin Empire's turn. We're going to see, we see some movement up north. He's cutting straight down, which is a little unnerving. So we're being asked a non-aggression pact with Sima Yan. Was that this dude way over by the coast? Yeah, I'm cool with a non-aggression pact over there at the moment. Do we have anything? How close of an agreement is it? It's in our favor. Can we get, is it enough to get, I don't know, even the minimum payment is probably going to put that back in the negative, but let's at least check. Yeah, it's 1.1 is the offset, so it's a little too much. I don't think we're going to be able to make that work with it, so let's just do it. I'm stacking up those non-aggression treaties. We're going to see if they're worth their weight in gold or not. Now she's running off into a new direction. Look at that. Bianbing declared war on Shan Yu. Where is Shan Yu? Is this guy? Yeah, he's up here. We've had some minor dealings with him. And Bianbing, we have no clue where he's at. So that's just informational. Traits gained. Sima Shuo is philanthropic. So as our children grow, they're gaining their traits. And do we have any interesting characters that have moved through our territory? I'm to the point where I kind of wouldn't mind. I have another administrator position open. Not that a Vanguard is the best fit usually as an administrator, but you never know. Ruan Shen, you know, he's been a good bud, but you know, and he just has too much need for higher office, so I'm not interested, I don't think, at anybody at the moment. Pu Jianing, Sima Chi, also a neighbor. Are they trying to get some spies into me, even though we're acting friendly? So I'm not interested at the moment. Humu Zhang is about the last one to look at. Sima Lan Shu, haven't had any contact there, but they desire higher office. So yeah, I'm not interested in the newest faces to show up yet, even though I am looking to hire. Put the word out. Put out that help wanted sign. I am looking to hire because I have administrator job open that I would like to fill. But as I've learned, I want to fill it with the right person this time. Okay, Sima Yi, we have the ability to try chasing down, but she's going into a territory that is abandoned. So I'm kind of tempted to let her run as she wishes and make our move over towards the spice market. So if we continue that move, we'll just do it at a normal pace still. We're in the winter. We'll allow that last little bit of replenishment. Or since I have, you know what? I think we are going to go fast march and head as quickly as we can over to the Yulin spice market. That road kind of crosses over this way, so it means I'm going to have to cross a river, which will slow me down. So yeah, let's do fast march and get me moving in that direction as quickly as I can. I'm just wondering if all of a sudden I'm going to have to abandon that and pivot to the north, because if he starts coming straight down to Ling Ling, you know what? I'm afraid to move Ling Hong out of the Changsha small city, because then I think we're just inviting a southern move by Song Wai, who we have learned not to trust. So perhaps I can raise an army in the rice paddy, the Ling Ling rice paddy, just to maybe provide a little deterrence. And Shikin Shan is affordable to at least get a little offset down there into the Ling Ling rice paddy. She's already set up as administrator. Let's see if she can offer a little deterrence to that straight southern move. I don't know if it'll be enough, but I'll give it a go. I'll give it a shot. And like I said, I like her one trait that she has. I love tenacity of steel, so we'll see if she can be that steel defense against the Jin Empire, at least moving straight down. Maybe we can force him to detour back where we thought he was going to go in the first place. And Sima Yi, with that in mind, I'm going to take the move with you. We're going to do, just as I said, the forced march and try to get you near the Yulin spice market. So once the winter breaks, we can move into that other territory and see if we can end that southern threat to refocus again on the Jin Empire. Let's see what the next turn decides to bring us. No other movement that we're seeing here. Nothing else I can think of that we need to look at and look to do. Don't really have the funds to build much more at the moment, so let's take the next turn. Oh no, he's being brave. I don't know if that was enough of a deterrence. Oh boy. Maybe we can see about buffing her up a little bit. Sima Mao. Now in the meantime, a non-aggression pact with Sima Mao while I'm oh no, I was thinking that was Mao Ren. What do you know? Sima Mao, you're up here. Actually a non-aggression pact taking that really solidifies my north, other than Song Wai, with non-aggression pact, so I can deal with all these issues in the south. So I'm thinking, and let's see what kind of, it's a +8, so getting any payment, it has to be a +1.1 to get some benefit with a payment. So we'll just do the deal. It's in their favor. Hopefully they'll like us a little more for a little while. And then I think I'm going to have to look at increasing her force as quickly as I can. Let's see if we can deter the Jin Empire somehow. You are treated to a demonstration from 3 talented courtiers. One paints an evocative landscape, another recites a moving verse, and the third hits a target from 400 meters blindfolded. They look to you to judge who is best and who should be rewarded. Well, guess what? No duh. I'm going to reward the poet. I think I've rewarded the poet in the past. We have mind alignment. If we get 10 more points, this will only get me halfway there. We will get to the next level of mind alignment, which will increase 20% ammunition faction-wide, increase my research rate 25%. Yeah, I like some of these climbs forward, so let's reward the poet. We're almost to the next level there, which are some nice little benefits. The finest armor. So we got a new suit of armor. We'll have to take a look at our ancillaries and see what we got. You know, these armors, I'm going to have to, at some point when I have a little moment, I'm going to need to spend some money in the Changsha Armory, the armor craftsman area, because I'm just getting, nothing great. 36 armor base. It does have a nice increase to expertise. But, yeah, it's not any better than what, well, it increases expertise, which helps the melee evasion, but overall this has better armor base, better charge bonus. I'm just going to hang on to what I have at the moment. I'm not going to switch out at the moment. Shikin Shan, what kind of armor do you have? It might be an upgrade for you, is what it might be. Yeah, so that increases your armor base and your expertise, so let's give it to you. So we do have a home for the new suit of armor, and it is a clear upgrade for Shikin Shan, who is now a general off on her own, and I'm asking her to do a lot against a big Jin force moving down. So oh boy, I don't know if it's, well, I don't know. I do know it's too little too late to probably hold out against that force. So we're going to be doing a lot of grabbing back land. If I can just hurry up with Sima IE and get over to the spice market. And it looks like I could reach it. Is that the case? Yeah, I should be able to reach, right? Or is it because I have to cross the river? Why? Why?
讨平逆贼，匡扶天下。
Now I crossed into enemy territory. Yes, I did not have a treaty. Our enemies have strayed across the border of another faction's land. So hopefully I have not upset whoever this is, Zikan, too much. We were okay, neutral. Now we're negative 11 from trespassing. So we'll have to be careful. Hopefully we haven't pissed off another neighbor in the south.
无能为力。
So I guess what it's telling me is I don't have the movement to make it there. That doesn't make sense. It looks like I have the movement to get there. Oh, well, that's pretty obvious. I'm in forced march mode, so therefore I can't attack this turn. So therefore, where shall we move? We'll just keep ourselves positioned right where we are, and next turn we'll take ourselves out of forced march. Boy, sometimes I am a master at missing the obvious, aren't I? Do you all have these same kind of frustrations or the same kind of oh my gosh, moments when you're playing the game yourself? Oh my goodness, I hope I'm not the only one out there that has these moments. Oh, sometimes it's just the simplest and most obvious things. Now obviously if we recruit some more, we will not have much of a mustering time to build them up very much. But we're going to be on the defensive. I would be able to get a couple of these units, which would really help my defenses. So let's just do that. Let's buffer up as far as we can and see. We'll have to decide. I have a feeling we will not last. We will not survive. And that's someone I really wouldn't want to lose in battle, to be quite honest, because of her administrative abilities as my administrator. So I think what we will do at this time, we got that big threat staring us down. It looks like we're probably going to have a battle facing us next turn. And I don't know if it's one I can pull out like we did over here at the Yulin trade port, because look at the size of that army. Let's just hope he's over here in our territory and he doesn't have supplies and he starts losing soldiers and he starts going, I think we'll change the plans. Let's hope he backs out. I don't know. That's what I can always hope. I can always dream. Tonight I'll probably have a nightmare of this crushing defeat as I sleep through the night. But that's where we're leaving it. It's a pretty tense situation. Sima IE is not going to free up in time to rescue us. Hopefully, though, next turn we will take that spice market. Hopefully, we'll see if that does anything to Gu Shanzhu without having a home, if that means she just scatters to the wind, or if she finds a new home in some abandoned province. I don't know. We'll see how that works, too. I'm still learning the game like all the rest of you. That's probably why you're watching. So this is ZigZagZog signing off from hot and muggy, yes, it's still summertime, Western Kentucky. Thank you all for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you.